Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel for another video. If you are new here, thanks for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. I just feel like my background's really bare. I feel like I need something in the background. Maybe like here, I was thinking of getting some like pampas or like a really tall plant, because I can't have shelves behind me because I will bang my head. But I just feel like it's a little bit plain, so I feel like I need to do something in the background. So let me know in the comments what you think I should do, because I feel like I'm getting bored of just looking at the plain background. Today the weather is such clear blue skies, and honestly it makes me so happy because I'm like, summer and spring is coming. Today we are back with a new product review. So as you all know, e.l.f. Cosmetics is one of my favorite high street brands, and we are going to be reviewing their e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. Now, I don't know why I do this to myself, because I don't really like powder foundations. If you watch my Fenty Beauty powder review, the coverage is good, but I'm just not a huge fan. And in all honesty, that powder foundation I've probably used about twice since I've done that video. So I just feel like I waste my money on it, but I'm doing it so that you guys don't have to, or you might want to, who knows. So a bit about the product then. So this is what it looks like, and it comes in a really cute compact actually. I think the color might be a little bit off, but I got the shade 310 medium, just purely because that's what I wear in the Camo CC. So I'm hoping that they're pretty much the same, but we're going to find out because it does look a little bit too off for me. And in that you get the mirror, and you also get a sponge in here as well. So again, we're going to apply with a sponge and we'll apply with the brush, and I'll just give you feedback on like what I think is good. It says that you should use the included sponge to build coverage for full coverage semi-matte finish, and then reapply as needed. The fact that it already says reapply says to me that it probably doesn't last as long through the day, or it's probably not as transfer proof. But it does say that it is a primary infused long wear formula, so I'm kind of like, I kind of want to see how long it's going to last. I probably will wear it for about maybe 6 or 7 hours, and then I'll come back for a final review as I do all my foundation review videos. It says that it is a buildable formula, and it offers medium to full coverage and a semi-matte finish. I will put the description kind of like here, just so you can see what it says on the website. It is talc-free and non-comedogenic. It comes in 30 shades as well, and the shade range is right here. And it also says that it pairs well with the rest of the Camo collection. So obviously the Camo concealer. I'm actually going to be trying it with the NYX concealer, just to see how a liquid concealer sits on the base as well. I think the biggest thing is that it is a primer infused foundation. So this is, it says on the website, finally a primary infused long lasting foundation that achieves an airbrushed non-cakey look and stays put from first application to last cool. So I've kind of just eaten my words about what I said about it not lasting, so we will see. It says that the superior buildable foundation invites you to layer on medium to full coverage for a blurred even complexion, and that keeps shine at bay. So I'm excited to try it. So we're just going to get straight in and try it. I'm going to prep my face with the Becca Cosmetics Backlight Priming Filter Primer, purely because I just feel like it might be too matte. So this obviously helps my face kind of keep really dewy and like a nice kind of feel. So I'm just going to take some of that and apply this to my face. As you can see, I've already done my eye makeup. I honestly love the smell of this primer, and I'm so gutted that Becca Cosmetics is no more, purely based on this one product. And I'm hoping that Smashbox rejuvenate this like they did the champagne pop, because now that my face base prep is done and kind of dry, you can see that it just adds the nicest glow. I have broken out so much again because I wore a mask. I've got a flat brush. It's from Morphe. It's a foundation brush, but I thought that would be quite good to buff the powder in. So I'm going to do one side with the sponge, one side with the brush, and then I will just go over the other side with my preferred method, as I always do. Okay, the sponge is quite thin, not what I expected. Interesting. I thought it would be a little bit thicker, but I'm just going to go in and pick up some product. This product looks so warm for me. Oh God, I think I got too much. That is actually quite thick. I've actually just spun that around probably like 2 or 3 times, but you can see on there that it's really thick, like it's not got any coverage through to the white, which, interesting. So we're just going to go and apply it. Oh my God, this is too dark. This is too dark for me. This is not the right colour. This is too orange. Do you know what? I had 300 in my basket when I was shopping, and I picked up the 310 purely because I have the 310 in the other Camo CC cream. So I'm annoyed at myself that I didn't go with my gut and I picked up the 310 because, can we just see how orange it is? We're going to ignore the colour because we're going to just buff it out with a brush. This is how it's applied with the sponge, and honestly, it's like butter. It's literally just gone straight into my skin. That it's actually way better application than any of the powder foundations I've actually used because it just literally glided on. I'm gonna go on with this brush just to kind of see what kind of coverage we can get. Just so dark. We're just gonna ignore. Definitely won't be using this again because of the color. You definitely get more full coverage with the sponge, but I actually don't mind how it's going on with the brush. I would never really apply powder foundation with a brush just purely because it just feels like a lot of effort when you kind of get the sponge. I'm going to take it down my neck so it doesn't look as bad. When you kind of get the sponge with it already, see, I already feel like with the sponge, it looks quite orange. It doesn't look as bad with a brush. Yes, it's dark. We know that. It's definitely darker than I would have liked. It's really light actually. It makes me feel like I want to keep applying a little bit more just purely because it feels so light on my skin, even though the coverage is pretty much there. I always feel though with powder foundations, it can be sometimes just a little bit blotchy because it's powder. Like it feels like it's not supposed to glide on my face as nice. I'm actually really gutted I got the wrong shade because I look like an Oompa Loompa, but I really like the feel of this on my face. Honestly, it feels like I'm wearing nothing. Like I feel like I can touch my face. It does come off a little bit. It is transferable. Colour's really frustrating me. Like really frustrating me. And I don't know why I keep adding to the colour as if it's going to help. I feel like we might be able to save it today with concealer. However, I don't think I would wear it again. But I feel like this is a good colour to keep purely because when I have a tan, which I have not had a tan for like 2 to 3 years now, but when I have a tan, this might be like the perfect shade for me. The problem with that is that I was 310 in the other foundations and they worked for my skin. So the fact that I'm not the same frustrates me kind of because e.l.f. Cosmetics don't have, in the UK, e.l.f. Cosmetics don't have like beauty stands or people at the stands to kind of talk through their product. It's like you buy as you see or you buy as you know and you test. And with COVID, all the testers have kind of been removed off storefront. So it's more frustrating at the fact that you don't really know your exact shade because it's not the same in all of their ranges, which kind of frustrates me now because I do want to get that other liquid foundation. I just don't know what shade I would be. So e.l.f., help a girl out, send me a few shades, let me know what shades I would be. Okay, I feel like I did add a little bit more concealer under my eyes and I pulled it like a little bit further down than I usually would just to kind of even out the darkness that we had going on. But can I just say that other products went on top like a dream. Like it's butter. It's actually butter. The formula is melted butter. Like I do not know what is in the formula to just make it like so smooth. I'm so frustrated at myself for getting the wrong color because I feel like I would actually use this one because I honestly really like it. It feels like butter on the skin. All the other products have gone on so nice on top of it. I do actually feel like it's dark anyway and it's probably going to oxidize through the day. So I will come back in a couple of hours just to see what it looks like. My one thing I would say is that I don't feel like it blurred my pores out at all. Like I feel like as I was applying concealer, I could just see all of my pores and my large pores just there. I didn't feel like it kind of smoothed that out like you would get with kind of liquid foundation, because then obviously on top of liquid foundation you would put powder to blur that out. I just did not feel comfortable putting powder on top of powder. I felt like it was too much. I'm just so annoyed at the colour because I feel like I would have ranked this higher if I could have got the colour match right because I would have been able to see it properly on my skin. The fact that it is, I'm going to come into the light a little bit just so you can see that I feel like, I feel like I'm just looking at it so much that I'm now used to it, but it's definitely too dark for my face. I'm just really annoyed. But in terms of foundation, it's super light. super lightweight and super buildable. I think the fact that with the brush, it was just like the right amount of coverage for me because it was the wrong shade. But this had a really, really flawless finish to it. And that if it was the right shade for me, I probably would use this to get a full coverage. And I wouldn't even mind using it kind of as like a day-to-day. I feel like this would have been my go-to day-to-day powder foundation if I can get the right shade. So I'm going to try the 300, I think, and just see what that looks like. I'm going to see if I can try them before I buy them anywhere, if anywhere's got them, just because they're £11 and you can get them from any supermarket that sells e.l.f. I will put links down in below of where you could purchase them as well for ease. But I just think it's so lightweight, it's so nice. Like, I would happily go out like this during the day. At the moment, it doesn't feel cakey on my face. Because the colour's off, it's throwing me off. But in terms of the feel, it doesn't feel cakey. It feels super light. It's light as air. It is literally so nice, so soft. It is transferable because I can feel it coming off on my hands. And you can see it kind of when I'm touching things after. But overall, I really like this. And at the moment, this is kind of sitting at a 7.5 out of 10 for me. If the colour was right, it would have been higher. So that's my review so far. Let me know in the comments what you think at the moment, and I'll be back in a couple of hours to see what it looks like. Okay, so I wanted to just call back in. It's been a few hours since I put the makeup on. I'm actually using a different light. I'm actually in the natural daylight, and the colour is still stressing me out. Definitely feel like I've just gone and sat in a sunbed or got a fake tan on my face. However, this is in the natural daylight, and can you just see how flawless this base looks? This base looks so flawless for a powder foundation. I am shook. Like, I am obsessed with the coverage and like the finish of the powder foundation. That I was so hesitant because I was like, I don't want to spend more money on getting my right colour. I definitely want to go and find my colour because this just looks so nice. And you can see my oily T-zone coming through here, which doesn't offend me because it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And obviously, because it's a powder foundation, that's probably made it easier. But it doesn't stress me out as much as I thought it was going to. What I would have noticed as well, it's kind of separated and kind of sitting under the lines under my eyes as well. That's the only other negative thing. Overall, I really like how this has lasted on my face. Like, the coverage is flawless. Of all the shades, there's definitely going to be one that's going to match me better. I just feel like I'm really pale, so it looks darker than it is. Definitely going to keep this for when I have a tan. I'm going to go and find my perfect colour because honestly, e.l.f., this is amazing. For £11, the coverage and like the texture, the finish this is giving me, obsessed. Like, everyday foundation, I am so obsessed. I'm actually so shocked that it's lasted so well. Let me know in the comments what you think, minus the shade. We're not going to talk about the shade because we know it's incorrect, but let me know what your thoughts are on this. Have you tried it? If you've tried it, let me know what you think because I'm just really into it at the moment, like really into it. So let me know, and I'll see you on the next video.